Welcome back to this week's roundup of technology, science, and AI. It's been a week of breakthroughs and big questions, where innovation is racing forward, but adoption and trust still lag behind. From an AI stethoscope that can spot heart failure in seconds, to algorithms helping stabilize nuclear fusion, to Google's Nano Banana fueling explosive growth in creative AI, the pace of change is breathtaking. Yet alongside the dazzling demos, we also see the challenges. Robots that can wow in Olympic-style competitions but remain years from general use, or powerful AI tools for classrooms that raise as many questions as they answer. NVIDIA faces mounting competition and geopolitical pressure even as it pushes bold new product roadmaps, while Alphabet rides a wave of momentum, striking major partnerships and gearing up for its next frontier in hardware and software. And for creators, a new suite of AI-driven tools from Hermes 4 to Roblox's latest features points to a future where technology isn't just behind the scenes, but a partner in the creative process. Together these stories sketch a world in transition, where the promise of AI and robotics is undeniable, but the path forward will be defined by how well these tools are integrated into the real fabric of our lives. Let's begin by quickly going over some stories we missed in our daily roundups.
AI stethoscope diagnoses in seconds.
Researchers at Imperial College London created an AI stethoscope that can detect heart failure, atrial fibrillation, and valve disease in just 15 seconds. But studies show nearly 70% of doctors stop using it within a year due to workflow challenges, training needs, and trust issues, underscoring the broader adoption hurdles facing AI in healthcare.
AI monitors fusion energy.
Scientists are now using AI to track plasma behavior and reactor conditions in real time, helping predict instabilities and extend fusion runs, a step that could accelerate progress toward clean zero-carbon energy, though questions remain about trusting AI decision-making and ensuring robust safeguards.
Nano Banana drives Gemini growth.
Google's Gemini 2.5 flash image tool, nicknamed Nano Banana, has powered more than 200 million edits and attracted over 10 million new users in days, with creators praising its ability to maintain character consistency, blend multiple images, and deliver fast, high-quality edits that balance creative control and accessibility.
Embedding Gemma and OpenAI models.
Google's new embedding Gemma offers compact embeddings with a 2K context window for mobile and offline use, while the larger Gemma 3 models scale up to 128K tokens, support text and images, function calling, and over 140 languages, showing how open-source tools are narrowing the gap with frontier models while empowering developers.
We've seen the headlines, now it's time to step back and think about what they really mean, and where this momentum could take us.
Are robots ready for prime time?
When most of us think of robots, we think of humanoid or general-purpose machines that can perform many of the duties a human can. But this vision is not realized yet. This week we saw another humanoid robot Olympics that, though impressive, shone a bright light on what humanoid robots are not ready for, and that is mass distribution. At the International Humanoid Olympiad in Greece, robots impressed audiences by playing soccer, archery, and shadowboxing in the birthplace of the ancient games. Yet experts caution that humanoids remain at least a decade away from broad real-world deployment, reminding us that these events are more proof of concept than practical revolution. Robots can be trained to be helpful in more diverse actions. Animal the robot dog wowed researchers by learning to play badminton against humans, tracking shuttlecocks and returning volleys with AI-enhanced reflexes, demonstrating how robotics can achieve astonishing feats in controlled environments but still struggles to generalize to diverse, everyday tasks. But there are those that believe this reality is closer than most think. Elon Musk has doubled down on Tesla's Optimus, predicting that as much as 80% of Tesla's future value could come from humanoid robots, with plans for thousands in use by late 2025 and millions annually by 2030, a vision that places robots at the heart of Tesla's long-term business strategy. The trajectory is clear. Robotics is moving toward a larger societal role, but whether it's in factories, households, or city streets, we may still be in the early stages before humanoids and general-purpose robots can fully deliver on their promise. It's a reminder that in robotics, as in much of AI, the gulf between dazzling demonstrations and daily use is narrowing but hasn't yet closed.
Are AI tools unlocking a new era for creators?
This week brought a wave of new tools that could reshape how creators work, making AI less of a background helper and more of a creative partner. One of the most striking was Hermes 4 from Noose Research, a massive 405 billion parameter open-source model built for hybrid reasoning. Unlike closed systems, Hermes 4 shows its full chain of thought, letting creators peek behind the curtain and giving them a level of transparency and control rarely seen in today's AI landscape. In the music world, Wobbs unveiled its AI Sample Finder, a plugin that drops directly into your DAW and allows producers to drag in a clip and instantly surface matching stems, loops, or one-shots from a massive 100,000 sample library. The beauty here is speed. No more endless file digging or context switching, just seamless inspiration flowing directly into the timeline. Gaming creators also got a boost as Roblox announced Roblox Moments, a short-form video feed designed for gameplay clips with emoji reactions and instant jump-ins. Paired with new AI tools like text-to-object generation, real-time voice translation, and 4D interactive items, Roblox is giving developers both monetization gains and a broader creative canvas, backed by an 8.5% increase in payouts. For video creators, QuickPlay showcased its AI Studio at IBC 2025, a generative tool that ingests long-form footage and automatically identifies and extracts the best highlights for short-form, vertical content. In an age where TikTok and YouTube Shorts dominate attention spans, this kind of automated clip creation could help small teams compete with larger studios by removing one of the most time-consuming parts of the workflow. Taken together, these stories suggest that AI's biggest near-term impact may not be humanoid robots or futuristic promises. It may be in giving creators practical, transparent, and powerful tools that expand what one person can make.
NVIDIA faces a shifting turf.
This week underscored how quickly the ground can move beneath NVIDIA's feet. Broadcom made headlines with a $10 billion deal to co-design custom AI chips with OpenAI, shipments starting in 2026. That announcement alone sent Broadcom's stock soaring by 15%, a clear signal that big tech is eager to reduce its dependence on NVIDIA's GPUs and diversify supply chains. At the same time, policy pressure is mounting at home. The proposed GN AI Act would require NVIDIA and other chip makers to prioritize U.S. customers before filling international orders, a move the company warns could stifle competition and slow innovation. Security concerns are also reshaping the playing field. U.S. authorities have authorized trackers embedded in some AI chip shipments to China to prevent smuggling, a measure NVIDIA has publicly distanced itself from, but which adds more complexity to cross-border sales. The situation in China adds another layer. Despite regulatory approvals, major firms like Alibaba and ByteDance are holding off on NVIDIA's H20 chips, citing national security worries and turning instead toward domestic suppliers, or waiting for NVIDIA's B30A, a chip that promises massive performance but still sits under export review. Analysts estimate these shifts may already have cost NVIDIA as much as 70% of its China AI GPU market share, though globally the company's infrastructure dominance remains intact. Markets have taken note of the uncertainty. NVIDIA ended the week at $167.02 a share, down nearly 3% over 5 days, as traders weighed the risk of new competitors, shifting geopolitics, and regulatory hurdles against the company's historically strong demand. The story of NVIDIA right now isn't one of weakness, it's one of a giant navigating a storm of challenges, even as the broader world still runs on its silicon.
What's next for NVIDIA?
NVIDIA may be under pressure from competitors and geopolitics, but its product roadmap shows why it remains central to the future of computing. Starting September 10, GeForce Now will level up to RTX 5080 performance, offering gamers 48 GB of memory, DLSS 4, and blazing speeds 5K at 120 FPS and 1080p at 360 FPS, at no extra cost for Ultimate subscribers, along with broader game support and the return of Install to Play. It's a sign of how NVIDIA continues to push the envelope in consumer performance. Hot on its heels are the rumored RTX 50 Super GPUs, expected by October, including the 5080, 5070 Ti, and 5070 Super. With up to 24 GB of GDDR7 memory, these cards promise big VRAM upgrades, solid performance gains, and pricing that could mirror current models, setting the stage for another wave of desktop dominance. In the data center, the story is even more ambitious. NVIDIA's upcoming B30A AI chip could deliver 6 times the performance of the H20, even at a steep $20K-25K price tag, if export approval clears. Meanwhile, its 2026 plans include rolling out silicon photonics and co-packaged optics, with new Quantum X InfiniBand and Spectrum X Ethernet switches designed to handle the massive bandwidth of future AI workloads. Not every project is on schedule. The long-anticipated N1X ARM CPU for laptops and enterprise systems has slipped into 2026, slowed by uncertainties around Windows on ARM and ongoing design adjustments. Still, NVIDIA's big-picture roadmap stretches further. Rubin chips set for late 2026-2027, Rubin Ultra after that, and the HBM-powered Feynman architecture by 2028, underscoring its intent to stay at the forefront of AI compute, robotics, and next-gen infrastructure. The message is clear: while competitors may circle and regulations tighten, NVIDIA is betting on innovation at every level, from gaming and consumer GPUs to data centers and future architectures, to keep it firmly in the driver's seat of the AI era.
Alphabet's winning run. From AI to autonomy and legal victories.
Alphabet has had the kind of week most companies dream about. Wall Street analysts raised their targets Tigris Financial to $280 and Canaccord Genuity to $270 on the back of strong AI momentum and a favorable court ruling, helping GEO surge more than 9% and trade near its 52-week high. On the AI partnerships front, Apple chose Google's Gemini to power the next generation of Siri, giving it a central role in Siri 2.0 and positioning it to deliver richer multimodal answers by 2026. Adobe also deepened its ties, embedding Gemini 2.5 Flash Image, known as Nano Banana, into Firefly and Express, seamlessly connecting with Photoshop, Illustrator, and Premiere to give creators more flexibility inside their workflows. Alphabet also notched a significant legal win. A federal ruling spared Google from being forced to divest Chrome or Android. Instead, it will open some data to competitors while keeping lucrative search defaults with Apple. The remedies drew criticism for being weak, but investors celebrated as the stock jumped another 7–8%. Meanwhile, Waymo continues its quiet expansion, securing access to San Jose International Airport for robotaxi deployments and setting its sights on Seattle and Denver. Analysts see the business as a potential trillion-dollar driver for Alphabet's future, a long-term bet on autonomous mobility. Even consumer-facing AI is winning traction. Gemini's Nano Banana editing tool has attracted millions of new users, with its ability to maintain character consistency and blend styles quickly becoming a favorite among casual creators and professionals alike. Taken together, analyst upgrades, courtroom relief, AI integrations, and autonomous momentum, the narrative around Alphabet right now is one of accelerating strength across nearly every sector it touches.
Alphabet's upcoming frontiers.
Alphabet is gearing up for a busy fall, with new Nest hardware indoor and outdoor cameras plus a redesigned doorbell, already spotted inside the Google Home app. These refreshed devices will feature 2K video, new color options like berry red, and deeper integration with Gemini for Home, with an official launch expected on October 1st. At the software level, Gemini is spreading across nearly every corner of Google's ecosystem. Search now includes an AI mode with agentic features that can handle tasks like restaurant bookings, and it's rolling out to more than 180 countries. Developers are seeing Gemini woven into Android Studio, while consumers get new AI-powered photo edits and video generation through Veo 3, all part of a steady expansion of capabilities. Alphabet is also diversifying its manufacturing footprint. Pixel 10 production is ramping up in India, including export plans, a move aimed at reducing reliance on US-China trade routes while hedging against tariff risks. It's a signal of how Google is rethinking supply chains while keeping global demand in focus. There's also a much bigger play on the horizon. Analysts estimate Alphabet could unlock as much as $900 billion in value from its TPU infrastructure and DeepMind research if the company chose to spin off a dedicated AI hardware division. That possibility puts Google in direct conversation with NVIDIA's dominance, highlighting just how large the stakes are in the race for AI compute. Finally, upcoming software innovations continue to build momentum. Android 16 will debut a Material 3 expressive redesign and desktop-like tablet mode, while new XR smart glasses and the Gemini for Home voice assistant hint at a future where AI is embedded across devices, environments, and user experiences. Taken together, Alphabet's next wave of products positions it not just as a search or advertising giant but as a full-stack AI company.
AI in K-12 promise, challenges, and the road ahead.
Artificial intelligence is no longer just a futuristic idea in schools. It's quickly becoming part of official policy and curriculum. In the US, the Department of Education is encouraging the use of adaptive learning platforms and automated lesson planning, while stressing safeguards for privacy, transparency, and bias. The White House even staged a splashy presidential AI challenge, hosted by First Lady Melania Trump, where tech leaders pledged to bring AI into classrooms nationwide. Critics, however, warn that the enthusiasm risks overlooking equity concerns and the impact on student mental health. On the ground, districts are already experimenting. In Massachusetts, Mendon Upton schools introduced Magic School, an AI tool that helps students brainstorm essay openers while letting teachers track prompts to ensure integrity. Yet even as innovation spreads, parents remain uneasy. Surveys show nearly 70% of U.S. parents oppose sharing student data with AI systems, highlighting how public trust continues to be a major barrier. India has taken a more expansive approach, weaving AI into everything from teacher training to classroom practice. Delhi recently turned its schools into a living canvas of AI-powered learning, while Telangana mandated coding, robotics, and AI lessons for primary students. Programs like OpenAI Academy, partnered with India AI, are training over 1 million teachers in generative AI, and projects such as Adivani are digitizing tribal languages to make education more inclusive. The effort underscores a government-led strategy to bring AI into classrooms at scale. Still, experts stress that AI should serve as a complement, not a replacement for teachers. Reports show that AI hasn't increased cheating so much as it has shifted methods, and history reminds us that every new technology in the classroom, from calculators to the internet, faced skepticism before eventual acceptance. The lesson is clear. Thoughtful integration and strong safeguards are essential if AI is to fulfill its promise. Looking ahead, AI is likely to keep expanding in K-12 education, from policy directives down to classroom experiments. But the road won't be smooth. Questions of teacher readiness, equitable access, infrastructure, and public trust all loom large. If schools can address these concerns with transparency and adaptability, AI could become one of the most transformative forces in education, reshaping how students learn while keeping their well-being at the center. That wraps up this week's look at the shifting world of AI, robotics, and technology. We saw how breakthroughs in healthcare and fusion energy highlight both the promise and the limits of AI, how robotics continues to dazzle but still has ground to cover, and how creators are getting new tools that could reshape the way they work. NVIDIA may be navigating headwinds, but its roadmap shows ambition at every level, while Alphabet is riding high on partnerships, upgrades, and expanding ecosystems. And in classrooms from the US to India, the conversation is no longer about if AI belongs, but how it should be used responsibly. The common thread through all of these stories is clear. We are living in a moment where technology is accelerating faster than the systems around it, and the choices we make now will shape whether that momentum translates into real value, equity, and trust. Thanks for joining me. The pace isn't slowing down, and neither are we. Next week promises more breakthroughs, more questions, and more reasons to stay curious.